This REIT has been in my portfolio for 3 years now. I make sure I add more shares from time to time, but I have never sold any shares ever since. Today I'm going to tell you about my latest undervalued high-yield dividend stock with a dividend yield of 7% and a potential that the shares are 20% undervalued. Before we get started, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you get value out of our content. Robinsons REIT, officially known as RL Commercial REIT Incorporated, is one of the largest real estate investment trusts in the Philippines. It is sponsored by Robinsons Land Corporation, which belongs to the Gokongwei Group. RCR was listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange in September 2021 and initially focused heavily on office properties. Over time, management strategically diversified the portfolio by injecting shopping malls and additional commercial assets. Today, RCR owns a mix of office buildings and malls located in key economic centers across the country. What makes REITs attractive is that they are legally required to distribute at least 90% of distributable income to shareholders, making them excellent income-generating investments. For many investors, RCR is viewed as a combination of stable rental income, regular dividends, potential asset infusion growth, and exposure to Philippine real estate. To improve its efficiency and profitability, RCR is focusing on continuous asset infusion strategy. The biggest growth driver for RCR has been the transfer of additional income-producing assets from Robinsons Land. In 2024 and 2025, RCR received multiple office and mall assets that significantly increased rental revenue and distributable income. Management continues to have access to a large pipeline of future properties from Robinsons Land. So instead of building properties from scratch, RCR can acquire already operating assets with established tenants. This means immediate cash flow, faster earnings growth, and higher future dividends. The second strategy of RCR is the increase in exposure to malls. Historically, RCR was heavily dependent on office buildings. Management has gradually shifted towards malls through asset acquisitions. This diversification reduces dependence on office leasing and allows RCR to benefit from consumer spending growth. By the end of 2025, the company owned 21 malls and 17 office properties. The good thing about malls is that it provides higher traffic, more tenant diversity, better inflation pass-through, and additional rental growth opportunities. And thirdly, RCR wants to maintain high occupancy rates. One of the management strategy strengths has been maintaining occupancy rate level of 96%, which is considered extremely healthy for a REIT portfolio. With high occupancy, it means there is consistent rental income, strong tenant demand, stable cash flow, and reliable dividend payments. This discipline helps RCR maintain resilient even during economic downturns. The income in 2022 was driven by stable operations of its initial portfolio and strategic assets infusions in Cybergate Bacolod and Cyberscape Gama. RCR recorded revenues 13% higher than its original REIT plan. In 2023, revenue growth slowed to about 1% year-on-year. However, the company maintained an exceptionally high portfolio occupancy rate of 98% and an 80% net income margin. In 2024, revenues jumped compared to 2023. This was primarily driven by the single largest multi-asset infusion in Philippine REIT history, adding 13 properties and vastly expanding the company's geographical footprint into a multi-asset REIT. In 2025, revenues surged compared to 2024. This was propelled by a massive property for share swap approved late 2025, adding 9 lifestyle malls to RCR's portfolio and further capitalizing on resilient consumer spending. RCR consistently declared regular quarterly cash dividends. The yield stabilized to the 5.5% to 7.1% range, partly due to capital appreciation in the market share price. RCR also declared over 7.54 billion pesos in cash dividends in 2025. This distributing more than 90% of their total distributable income. The dividend appears sustainable because it is supported by high occupancy, diversified tenants, growing asset base, and debt-light balance sheet. These characteristics reduce the likelihood of a significant dividend cut. Here are the risks that RCR might be facing. First is interest rates. REITs compete directly with bonds. If interest rates remain elevated, investors may demand higher yields and REIT valuations may decline. Even if operations remain strong, stock prices can suffer. Second, office space demand. Despite diversification, office properties remain important to RCR. Remote work and hybrid work trends could reduce future office leasing demand. Some investors have highlighted this concern for office-focused Philippine REITs. Third is lower asset infusions. A major part of RCR's growth has come from acquisitions from Robinsons Land. If future asset infusions slow down, revenue growth may moderate, dividend growth could slow, and investor excitement may decline. If I were evaluating RCR today, I would classify it as an income-focused compounder rather than a high-growth stock. Here's why I like it. First, it has a strong sponsor. It has a high occupancy, consistent dividends, large pipeline of future assets, growing mall exposure, and stable cash flow. However, I would not buy RCR expecting it to double quickly. This is a stock for investors seeking reliable passive income, dividend growth, moderate capital appreciation, and long-term wealth building. For retirees and dividend investors, RCR remains one of the stronger REIT options in the Philippine market. At the end of the day, Robinsons REIT has transformed itself from a largely office-focused REIT into a more diversified income-generating real estate platform. The combination of asset infusions, strong occupancy, expanding mall exposures, and healthy dividend payouts makes RCR a compelling option for income-focused investors. The key question is not whether RCR can pay dividends today. The real question is whether management can continue expanding the portfolio and growing distributable income over the next 5 to 10 years. If they can, shareholders may continue enjoying rising dividends for many years to come. If you enjoy this analysis, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, do you own RCR, A-REIT, M-REIT, or C-REIT? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next stock analysis.